K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa.
And we have so many new shows to talk about this week. It's crazy town. But before we get started, let's talk some business, because that's what we always do.
First, we'd like to welcome all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, because we have so much great stuff to share with you.
Every week we also have our K3 news shot. It's a little gossip and some thoughts we have about it, because we always have thoughts, don't we?
So many thoughts.
Thoughts are happening.
So many thoughts. Yeah.
And we asked our coffee supporters, those of you who bought a cup of coffee, to help us decide what to talk about in our next podcast. So it's February, which means rom-coms, which means look out for a podcast on
Fight
My Way.
Wait.
So sweet.
It's a classic
Thank
now.
you so much for letting
know,
me
a modern
rewatch
classic.
it. It's so delicious.
Yes.
It's so adorable.
Great vote.
Yeah. It's fantastic. But I think we get started
Should we
on
dive
this
right
one?
in for
Dive
Weekly
right in.
Watchlist?
Because we got a lot to talk about in this one, and we got to get rolling. Monday, Tuesday. All right, let's just start where we always start, because it is still, I think, personally, the best show happening right
It's
now. I mean, even with all the new
amazingly good.
shows, The Crown Clown is far and away one of the best television shows I have ever
Like
watched.
ever.
Ever.
Wow.
Ever.
That's
It's
high
so well
praise.
written. It's beautiful. The actors are incredible.
The cinematography is
gorgeous.
sick. It's so good. And it just, this week's episode, I literally tweeted out that it was probably one of the best hours of television, hour plus, but hours of television I've ever watched ever. Because it was so tight and so good and so emotional and so many layers. And I just
emotional.
have to give the shout out to Lee Sang-young.
Sae-young.
Because she was,
Is she the queen?
she's the
She
queen.
plays the queen.
She plays the Empress.
Yes.
She killed it.
Beautiful.
She-
The emotion from
Yeah.
her, but having, this has to be behind this regal manner. 'cause
Yeah.
That's how she was raised, and just,
Oh, watching her go
heartbreaking.
through the revelation of the fact that he's the clown.
Yes.
So she finally finds out.
yes, she figures it out.
Oh.
How does she figure it out?
How does she figure it out? I'm so curious.
She says, she asks him two questions, and the second question is, what's my name? And he doesn't
He doesn't know,
it.
because all he's
He
ever
doesn't know
called
it.
her is my queen.
Yes.
And that's
He
it.
doesn't know her real name.
Boy, his prep team did kind of drop
Right?
him on that one,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
So it was so beautiful. And she played it to, she just was, and the end scene, it was just,
Yeah.
it was it was, I'm not gonna lie though, it is still one of the most stressful shows I've ever watched.
Oh, completely.
I need these people to not only win, but survive. Like, actually I should turn that around. Not only survive, but I need them to win. Because the bad people are so bad. They're so bad.
They're so bad, but there's so much at stake
So
for
much at
Jingu
stake,
and
yeah.
now for the queen, because they don't want to hurt the people they love.
Right.
And
It's so juicy. And this was what? This was episode 11?
11.
So we have like,
Oh my gosh,
so
you're almost
12,
done.
13, 14, 15, so we have 6 more left.
3 weeks. That's good.
3 weeks.
That's good.
It's good. I'm not sure I could maintain this level of anxiety for longer.
Because you know what really got me was the scenes between, and I think actually there may have only been one, but between the Chief Royal Secretary and the Queen Dowager. The power struggle between them.
They were so juicy and so good. And you always can, and this is tell me if, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can always tell like a really good actor who knows their material when they can say some of the most absurd lines you've ever heard, but they say them with such
it
authority,
seems natural.
and you're like, oh my God, she's terrifying.
Yes. Yeah.
It was, and then just the bounce back between the two, it was like I said,
That was
the best
acting.
hours of television I've ever
good.
watched. So good. So good. I love this show so much. But alas, we had 2 new shows coming out Monday, Tuesday, so we have to talk about those. All right. Which one do you want to talk about first? Because poor Karen hasn't watched any of them. You want to go item or
Sure, let's talk
do
about item. Chu Ji-hoon.
Oh my God.
He looks so good in that black suit. Oh my gosh.
Oh, black suit. Is it
Black
3-piece
suit.
or just regular suit?
No,
I think it
but
was
it's
just
like
regular, but it was slim
fit.
cut.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he's adorable. He has a niece.
The relationship with the niece is so precious.
It's
Interesting.
yes, and she's not speaking. She doesn't speak because she's been through all this trauma.
Yeah.
Her parents were killed, and which is such an interesting balance with that verbose little, ball of energy that's in The Last Empress. So you've got these two really young
really-
girls.
yeah.
It's really
But I found that I really enjoyed that relationship, because usually sometimes I find them to be very heavy-handed and a lot
Very
of like
sweet.
tropey, but
Corn
it's actually
syrupy.
Very sweet.
very sweet. Really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Quick question for you: how did you feel about the female lead, Jin Se-hyun?
So she was. Where have we seen her?
I've never seen her before, but wow, the Twitterverse not happy.
Oh, really?
Why?
Don't like her.
Interesting.
Yeah, not
Don't
sure why.
like the character? Don't like
No,
the
the
performance?
actor.
Oh, interesting.
Not a big fan of the actor.
Remind me really quickly. I know we have so much to cover. What's the premise of Item again?
Oh, so the premise of Item is essentially there are these items and they're magical and they
Yes.
do magical things. And we started like right out of the gate with like the first opening scene is like magic bracelets stopping a runaway
I
train.
know. I'm like, is this a superhero show?
Yeah.
But
Kind of like Warehouse 13, if you guys ever watched that show.
I
don't
did
know
watch
it.
that.
Okay.
It is
Sorta?
Not
anyone-
not as campy because I'm not.
Oh, that was very cute.
It was it hasn't quite reached that level of camp, but our bad guy,
yeah.
he's gonna be delicious.
Oh, he is so good. And you know what? The two of them were together in a
wanna
film
watch
called
the
The
show.
Treacherous, which is probably the most sexually violent film I've ever seen. So the two of them together, they can be really intense.
Yeah.
So,
I'm super looking forward
right.
and they
to it.
poured
make
some
sure.
money. They poured some money into this.
Oh, yeah,
show
they did.
because
Absolutely.
all the fantasy elements are A+.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
really
I
well
hope
done.
this
Really
sustains
well
because
done.
a lot of times, like the premiere episodes will be like you'll feel like you're watching a film, and then the rest of it then goes back to regular production value. So it'll be interesting to see.
Well, because all of the items are magical in some
Yes.
sense. So, yeah.
Yeah. I will say this though, and I don't know if you had the same experience. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Everybody kind of intrigued me. I enjoyed the story, but there was almost so much groundwork laid in those
Yes,
first two
yeah.
episodes that I was like, I think I like it. Like I really like Ju Ji-hoon, but I'm not sure if that's the only reason I'm like really into this, or if it's a story. Like I'm definitely going to continue to watch. But
Yeah.
it was
It hasn't quite hooked you yet.
It was a lot of story.
I mean,
happening.
because it's that same, Ju Ji-hoon's a prosecutor, and he's just returned to Seoul because of all the corruption in his office, and Kim Kang-woo plays this horribly corrupt, evil,
like evil, not just like machinations evil,
CEO.
like I will call down the gods evil, like
wow.
crazy
Yes, he
evil.
wants these items.
He's bringing the mystical to the law.
yeah.
Yes.
Can we
Very
talk
interesting
about
combination.
room?
Oh, I know.
It's
Room?
amazing.
And it was
He's got this
like
room.
an
It's
altar
like
to Satan or something.
It's like, no, it's like a piano. It's where he eats dinner, but there's like,
like
water.
Oh,
and then there's,
wow.
he's got like secret rooms.
Some
that,
zen-
He's got all these
Sort
pictures
of,
up on
yeah.
the wall. I half expected like a Dorian Gray situation to happen with the way these pictures are like
Also, when they start
positioned.
talking
I think so.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
there's definitely shades of Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah.
So it's,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
I'm intrigued.
yeah.
I'm intrigued.
I think that's the best word for it. Intrigued, absolutely.
Yeah.
If it can, I'm just curious whether it can sustain because they threw so much story at us. They
did.
It was intense.
all of these new shows, frankly.
Right?
Kind of
Another
crazy.
show that threw a ton of story at us, which I found oddly, I was stunned that I enjoyed it because I was halfway through and I'm like, I need more. It was Radiant / Light in Your Eyes. They haven't decided which one they're going with yet.
And I think that's interesting you say they haven't decided because do you think they've decided what kind of show this is? Because there was
No.
such a marked difference between episode 1 and episode 2.
Right?
I liked episode 2 a lot. Episode 1.
Of course
Episode
you
one,
did. It
no.
was
very
dark.
dark.
It was very
no, it was
dark.
fine,
yeah.
but I thought it was kind of typical time travel genre,
Oh,
and
it wasn't.
it was not. Episode 2 got very dark.
Very quickly.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'm very intrigued now. And
Yes.
Namju Hyuk.
Oh, puppy.
My goodness.
So good.
I think somebody learned a few things on his, what was the film? The Great Battle?
Great battle.
Because
But
he is.
I will say this. I'm probably one of the 4 people who enjoyed him in The Bride of
Yeah.
the Water
Hey,
God.
Bob.
I
Did not.
I just don't think the character fit him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has got this weird gravitas to him that I think he just couldn't
yeah.
relate to being a god.
Right. Because Weightlifting Fairy, there was that kind of dark, my
Exactly.
mother disappeared to Canada with her new family.
And I thought he was very enjoyable on
Crushed.
that, right?
Yes.
And there was
He was
something
good.
about
Yeah, he
that
was
that was
very
very
good.
grounded. I think the
Yeah.
problem with Bride of the Water God was that he was supposed to be this entitled, being that has always had everything given to him. And I just reading articles even about him, that's not how he grew up. So I think that was a really difficult character
Yeah.
for him to figure out.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best match for his
Yeah.
acting skills.
No,
Exactly.
And he's young.
And he's
like
young.
25, 26.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Super
He
young.
does have for that age, he does have the. What?
So let's talk about age.
Let's talk about age. Why was Han
Ji
Ji-min
Min
cast?
She's a fantastic
she's
actress.
amazing.
But she's clearly in her 30s. She's
Clearly.
35, 36, 37. So how many times can you say, I'm 25. I just turned 25. I'm 25 years old.
Are we-
And we're not going to buy it.
that she is 25.
No.
So I
Is there
have
gonna
to
be a time
believe.
jump coming up, or is this
Well,
present
No,
day?
but she time jumps to being
70
70 years old. So I don't know
Huh.
why. I don't know why. There's got to be a reason
Yeah.
because she's coming off a huge success with the film Miss Beck, I believe it was called. So I don't really know.
Is her character perhaps lying about her age because
No.
it's about
no,
broadcasting
No,
industry,
and
right?
her
No?
brother
Okay, all right.
is played by the guy
Her
in
brother
Terrius.
is so good.
Yeah, he's not 25 either, by the way.
He isn't either, but he's supposed to be older. He's the
He's
older.
hilarious.
He's Opa. So, all right. Okay. He's the most useless Opa you've ever met in your life. But he thinks he is
The best.
shit.
He is.
Oh,
He's
no.
hilarious. Like
He's very funny.
He's ridiculous.
Yes.
His level of ridiculousness is gold. Like I love him so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, the show
funny.
is really intriguing in just like it just.
But it
sounds
spoked
like
out
it's
into
very-
18 different
really
places.
did.
In just 2 episodes.
Yeah.
In just 2 episodes
Wow, that
because
sounds
there's
very scattered.
There's the magical time travel watch that like Groundhog Day, which she just did a time travel show, right? With
Oh, did she do the other
she
one?
did
that
the
just
one with
finished?
Ji-sung.
Which I can't
What was that
remember the name
called?
of.
Familiar Wife.
Oh, that was
She just did
her, though.
Familiar Wife.
Right.
Which I watched half of.
Yeah. So yes.
Interesting.
So there's there's so many things. There's the I want to be an announcer, and oh my goodness,
Yeah.
a lot happened, right?
But I will say this. I did find it, I think one of the hooks for me was the fact that I felt like she was fleshed out though.
Yes, that's
and
true.
I did enjoy that.
a full
Yeah.
character.
Yes.
I
Fully formed
enjoyed
character.
that, yeah. I enjoyed that even her friends were fairly fleshed out, even in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like you get it that the one is a struggling, probably pretty terrible musician.
Yeah.
Idle in training. But she's so sweet and bubbly and
Yeah.
so like loves everything in the world. Like I feel
And they're
like
loyal to her.
and they're loyal to
Yeah.
her. And then even the other friend who actually dated the older brother in like middle school and like literally still can't get over the fact that she made such a bad choice. And
Very funny.
he's always there's a whole
Like,
scene with
just-
him being like, I know you can't get over me. You just need to move on.
She's like,
And it was
no,
just-
I more can't get over the
and
choice that I did.
It
in
was
you."
just, I feel like the writer just did such a nice job of filling in that.
Yeah.
That I'm really interested to see where they're going to take it because they threw so much information at us in 2 episodes.
Yes, a lot of relationships, and also the
Yes.
family, the grandmothers,
Yeah.
and the ajumas in the neighborhood, and her
Oh my
parents.
gosh. Her
There's
parents.
a
Grandmas
lot.
and Ajumas.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Oh, we got
there's
all
so
of it.
many
That's
characters.
a full community show.
Yeah.
I know.
And now she's 70.
Yes.
Which is
Where are we going?
Where are we
from?
going
I
with
don't
this?
know.
So are you liking it well enough to continue?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I even like I either tweeted it or sent it to someone. I was literally like, this show is dark and it's funny and it's weird and it's just it makes no sense and I think I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I
Yeah.
ended up with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm really interested to see where they're taking this.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
all right. Is there something else on Monday,
there-
Tuesday?
I think that's it.
Is that it?
I think
That's a
that's
I feel
lot.
like we've been talking for a week already. so-
Right? Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Wednesday, Thursday. All right. Last Empress has got a lot of drama happening outside of the show. So we're doing our entire news shot on that. So we're going to not really talk about the craziness that is ensuing with our lead not even going to be in the last 4 episodes. Oh my God, do we have thoughts?
And to
Behind
say
the
that-
scenes drama.
Say that the show is still on.
And there is not.
Yes.
Still
52.
going.
And I was all in until this week. So
Well, let's see-
this
let's see
week,
what
okay.
'Cause I'm not totally fully caught. I'm almost fully caught up, but I'm.
It's just more crazy.
It's just more crazy. It is crazy compounded by crazy compounded by crazy.
And who are all these new characters?
Right?
Why
Oh,
do
no,
we
they're bringing
need
in new
even more
characters.
people?
Now, mind you, I was really happy to see the actress whose name I apologize I did not write down, who rolled in as Empress Un,
Yes.
or Michelle, as she's known in the States.
She's a former sister-in-law,
Yeah.
former empress. She's been living in the U.S. and she
Oh.
comes back in to head some committee.
Yeah.
To what? Oh, the little
To
girl.
to give
Oh, for Princess Ari?
Yes, to
There's-
give guardianship or, of her. Not what's the
Legal
word?
guardian.
Legal guardianship
Yeah.
of her. So because she's just the regent.
But
the
somehow
Empress Regent.
you get control of all the finances of the family.
Wait, I thought the Empress had control of the finances, or that's shifted.
No,
already.
because
Well, she was-
are you at the part where she has to do community service?
No, that's the Empress
okay.
Dowager.
Oh, the Empress
Oh,
Dowager,
not the Empress
yes.
Dowager. The Empress.
No, I don't think
Sunny,
the Empress
Sunny.
has. Oh, right. She did.
There was something about the
See,
inheritance that was
Right?
supposed
So
to.
confusing,
So
right?
it's so confusing.
And now they found the will again.
And then we found out that
the grandmother.
that Harmony
love
actually
how
killed
her
herself.
face- I was
Yes.
like, what?
What?
Okay, this is the truth. Nope, no, it's not. This
Yeah.
is the truth. It's like,
There
oh,
is
And
no
so
all right.
there is no truth.
There's no truth.
There is no spoon,
Truthiness.
people.
There is
There
no
is no
spoon. There is no spoon.
There is no spoon. I don't even know what to say about this show anymore because the drama that occurred this week that we're going to talk
that we're
about
gonna talk
later, I
about-
don't want to dive into right here. But
Except that-
because it'll derail this whole thing. I don't know where the story is going.
I am ready for it to
I
wrap
kind
up.
of am.
I was
Like last week.
I was gonna say,
Like last week-
48 would have been plenty, right? Didn't
Last
they
week-
extend to 48 and then
They
they said
did.
52?
But they clearly did not plan
Like,
well
no.
at all.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about
our
that.
news show.
But I feel like they've given so much, what's the word I'm looking for? So much capital to the emperor
Yes.
and to that nanny.
The nanny.
Like, why?
Why is there so
Why is
much
there
you
with
mean
that
nanny? The true mother, you
storyline?
mean?
The true mother of
yeah.
this child. Who's
Yeah.
can we just call social services on this mother? Because she's
Oh my
terrible.
gosh.
She's the worst.
Oh my God, that scene where she pushed the little girl.
It's horrible.
Well, not to mention that she, murdered her friend.
Yeah, there's that.
first
Yeah.
empress.
There's a lot
Yeah.
going on there. So I mean,
But the way they're abusing this little girl is just
Oh.
really.
I love
it's
her.
yeah.
I love Ari.
I do appreciate her little spunkiness though.
Yeah,
And I love the
definitely
fact that
spunky.
She's like a little 8-year-old adult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
She's-
She's
yes,
so
very
good.
good.
So, okay, so
Incredible.
since I can't really tell, I don't even remember what happened in the show this week because that's how crazy it was. Except for we found out that the grandmother, dowageress, empress, whatever her name is,
The dead grandma.
yeah,
Yeah.
she killed herself.
What?
Yes.
Who would buy that?
Who would-
I would not
You know
buy
what?
that.
I can't even ask that question, can I? Because
Right, no.
then you can't buy anything.
You can't buy anything in the show. So that was an interesting reveal. So where do I was gonna ask where do we all think this is gonna end up
I
next
don't
week?
know.
And I honestly
And they discovered the poppies on the
Oh,
island.
poppy.
Oh, right. So the Grand Empress, yes.
Is there a dog? Is there a little dog too?
If a green woman jumps out, I am out. It's not
If a little
happening.
dog jumps out, I'm out.
I know. So, but you're okay with the Grand Empress dealing opium?
Dealing opium. Like it's,
Whoa.
it's insane.
Well,
It
if
makes-
you need to bring in more income to the royal family, sure. A little
Okay.
side
Oh,
business.
it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Last Empress is going out and just
I don't-
all the glory that it rolled in with.
I gotta
Like,
say, I don't know that my status of love is still sticking. It's more just confusion.
it's more.
too much.
It's a
Which
lot.
I know can happen in a love relationship, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna be down to like
It's too much.
like with a question mark.
If it
Love with a
wasn't,
question mark.
if it wasn't for the Chae Jin Hyuk situation, I would be rolling out with a love.
Yeah.
But how do you? How, that was his last scene. That was it.
Come
He
on.
didn't do anything. He did
God.
nothing. Nothing. Like nothing.
So be sure to check out our
Please,
news
yeah.
shot because we're going to deep dive
Tune
this.
in.
So many more thoughts on that.
Please share
and
your
that's-
thoughts. We're
please
pretty
share
sure you
them.
have some.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
All right. But then the thing that saved it all this week,
Yeah.
touch your heart.
Oh.
It is a delight.
Yes. It's
It's
like
very sweet.
sweet. It's like cotton candy. I love
Yeah.
it.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It is.
She's so good.
She's very
She's
good.
so good.
Like,
Pink.
If I bring some color into the outfit.
here's the thing that I really enjoy about that, though. She is so good at doing the pink and and then she, as soon as those moments happen, she pivots into them so well that it doesn't look
Yeah.
overdone.
Right. And we
like,
talked about this. She's
yeah.
got a light touch.
She does.
Yeah,
And
so-
it's so well executed.
Yes. So that you can go from the pink and the to the everyone's talking behind my back and I really don't like this.
Right.
So,
Or I was stopped just
or
like
being reminded of
Yes.
yes, exactly my own stalking experience, which ruined my career.
yes.
Right.
yeah.
So I thought that was really, really well done. I am reading on Twitter that some people are like a little upset that they're going with a dark idea here.
I had that thought at the end of episode 4
yeah.
too, but I wonder if they'll deal with this story element relatively quickly because it seems like
See.
I don't know, but I also like the idea of her taking back her power in that situation.
Yes.
So for
Yeah.
me, while it does look kind of dark there, I like the idea that I feel like they're kind of serving up to us is that by doing something else than being that girl,
Yeah.
and being
The famous actress.
Yeah, and recognizing that she does have skills and worth outside of that, that
Yeah.
she'll be able to take back her power, that a stalking situation does take away from you. And that whole environment. So I'm hoping, and I kind of feel like that is maybe what they're doing.
Yeah.
Fingers
I hope
crossed
so
that
too. I hope so too.
that
Yeah.
based on what they've shown us so far with her being empathetic and kind and
Yes.
really just not a bad person at all. Like she's not
Yes.
an obnoxious,
No.
celebrity.
The way she helped the young girl, the
Yeah.
teenager trainee.
And so
Yeah.
the dark pivot was not my favorite, but I was hoping that I'm looking forward to seeing how she takes back her power. In that.
Yeah.
So that was my thought.
So totally enjoyable.
Totally
Yeah.
enjoyable.
And I love the cameo. Can I
Oh,
shout
of
cameo
course.
Chan Sung from 2 p.m. as the courier?
Oh god, that was
Something off of The
hilarious.
Office. So yeah.
And I was like,
I know him. I
Yeah.
recognize
Yeah.
him.
What's wrong with Secretary
I had to go
Kim?
look it up.
oh my
Yeah.
god, he was
Yeah.
adorable, and I just love the fact that that lawyer was like,
Oh.
"I'll never love again." Oh yes, hello.
Hello.
And we all saw it coming, but it was so well
It was
done.
done.
They're
Yeah, it's done
adorable.
Especially
I
when you have a
Yeah.
cameo like that, you're just like,
Oh, it's so
it makes it pay off.
This is my hope. I really want her, our little lovesick lawyer,
Oh.
to get together with the mama's boy.
Oh.
Oh, are they
He's
not
so
destined
funny.
to get together?
Right?
They have to be
They
destined
have to be.
together.
I love it so
He's
much.
hilarious. When he's like, Amanda, I'll talk to you later, mother.
It really is one of the greatest.
yeah.
It's really a great
Very good.
character.
And can we talk about the suits? His suits are great.
Oh,
Both
yeah.
their
Her suits,
And the
her
coats.
office attire is
Yeah,
And
gorgeous.
coats. I've been saying it for a while
many
now.
coats.
I was
So
like,
many
I was like,
coats.
I don't think Edong takes a winter show unless he's got
Unless-
amazing coats. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. It's got to be.
He does
it's
have
got to be in
amazing
his
coats.
contract.
It must.
be.
So
It
good.
must be.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Any other thoughts on that one? All right. Well, that
Love
was
it.
Wednesday, Thursday. Boom. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We now went from 0 shows to 3. So let's get through these. All right. You were watching. You actually started watching
So
Romances
yeah,
of
so
Bonus
my
Bucks.
plan this week, which is why I really didn't have anything to say for the Monday, Tuesday shows, is like, okay, I'm going to watch one episode of each of these new shows, or these 3 new shows. So I started with Romances of Bonus Book because Marisa had such high praise for it last week. I went no further.
All right.
So I'm 3 episodes in.
Okay.
It's really good.
I'm going to binge it today.
Yeah.
I'm going to binge it tonight when I get home. That's
Yeah.
my plan.
I didn't
It's
realize
really
there are already, I guess, 8 episodes available, I think, as of today. On
this
Netflix.
yes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
today is Monday. This weekend, I have not watched this weekend's episodes yet.
Okay.
Me neither.
Twitter is loving it.
It's really
Yeah.
good. Really
I
good.
really, yes. so
She
far.
she is A+, and because we're so new to K-dramas, we just weren't familiar with her. She is so good.
She's phenomenal.
And you know what I forgot to mention last week? There's a gay couple in the show.
That and
They're
that
like,
actually,
really?
our Facebook commenter
Yeah,
who was
was
saying
she
this
talking
is-
about that?
That's what she was talking
Oh,
about.
okay, great.
Yep.
I mean,
yep.
it's like a very, very minor character, but the fact that they're in
Still,
there.
I love that.
Yes.
So it's a female love relationship, and it's just presented very naturally.
And I love that.
Except that she happens to own a designer clothing store, so of course our lead girl can get all of her
get her-
clothes
get
from
her
there.
Cinderella
and her
makeover.
girlfriend has a runs
it's
a hair salon.
salon.
Yes, it's like a win-win.
That's
And
all
why
works
not
out.
make them a gay couple? That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
excited for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going in.
Yeah.
I'm going in
Yeah.
today. It's happening. I'm diving in.
I would definitely call this a love. The show
Yeah.
so far. Yeah.
Everyone on Twitter is like a Twitter about this
it's
show.
really
I can
good.
understand
So
why.
I really need
can
to jump in.
understand
I'm
why.
really excited to dive in on
Really
this one.
solid romantic
I
comedy
have
with some
accept-
great social.
But also, yeah.
yeah.
I have totally
Very
accepted
realistically
though that I
portrayed
will have
characters.
hardcore second lead scenes.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yes, you will.
It has
So
already,
good.
it has already
Yeah.
started for me, and I love Lee Jung Suk.
Yeah.
I love him.
But
from,
I
from
do
W
not.
and While You Were
So
Sleeping.
mine is gonna
And
be
I know,
really
I know,
bad.
I know you don't
Yeah,
care
Lee
for him as
Ha-jun
much. So.
is his name.
Oh my God,
he's
I'm sorry.
good.
He's just a delight.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
What else?
I
Friday.
was like, I had a note on one of the shows and I blanked. It's because it's about Legal High, which I did watch.
Ah, so I
I'm
was
like,
wondering.
oh, I glazed over there for a second.
Jingu just distracted you.
Jingu completely distracted me.
Yeah.
That's understandable. I've been there. I think we've all been there.
Love him.
Do you?
I do. I know this is no surprise to anyone.
Since
but-
when? Since
I
when
know.
do you love him, Jen?
And it just makes it's I don't know why. Like it makes no sense. But he is.
Yeah, it does. He's great.
He is great.
He's handsome and he's funny.
He's funny. He's so fun.
And he can also do serious.
He
funny
really can.
very well
And this,
together.
I will say this. I'm pleased that this show is actually not as bad as I was expecting.
I don't know. Just from the poster and the description, I was just like, oh, wow.
over the
this
top.
doesn't-
It's way over the top. But what's really
but good
interesting
over the top.
is it's good over the top.
Okay. Oh.
It's good over the top.
right.
And again, it's that situation where our male lead is so over the top that it kind of is jarring, but there's a reason for it.
Okay.
And again, it's a little bit out of place, and I think it's because they're trying to mimic the Japanese show that it's based on. But Jingu does a really nice job with it, and he has his own, what is the Batman butler's name?
Alfred.
Alfred. He has his own Alfred, which is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
And I love it.
love that.
And Alfred is the voice of reason with our guy, and the female lead, who is Soen Soo, right?
Yes.
She was from not this one is not Light in Your Eyes. What was it one? What was that called? A Million Stars Falling from the Sky.
yes,
Smile
right.
left your
His best friend.
She actually,
yeah,
I'm really actually
that's
quite
right.
enjoying her.
Oh, good.
Quite enjoying her.
I almost
because
didn't
she-
recognize her from the publicity
Yeah.
photos compared to
And here's why.
A Million Stars.
She is not playing against type. They're not trying to force fit this relationship between her and Jingu. I don't think it's a romantic relationship between them because we have another guy who came in and they had a moment. They had a tropey moment, and I liked it. And I was like, I will totally sign on for that. But she starts out as very meek and mild and ends up, she's trying to find her inner strength. She went to law school and she ends up being attacked by her boss in a hotel room, and she sues him for it. But she's still meek and mild. But there's a lot of strong women that see this, and she has a strong woman advocate who's also a lawyer, and so there's a lot of that's happening that I'm really enjoying. And so the Jingu stuff, even though I love him and he's really enjoyable to watch, is kind of secondary, but also a platform for her to find her inner strength to do stuff.
Interesting.
Deeper than I thought it would
it's
be.
a lot deeper than I was
agree.
expecting,
Me too.
and so I actually like it.
Oh, good.
I'm not saying that it's going to go the distance, but right now I will definitely
You're gonna
keep
stick with it?
watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great.
Which was,
don't
I'm
know
not
when
going to
I
lie,
have time.
huge surprise.
Huge
Oh,
surprise.
Thanks for doing it for the team
I
and
did.
and being up with a
Jingu.
pleasant
I will
surprise.
always,
And Jingu.
I will always take him for
you'll
the team
follow
on
him,
Jingu.
right?
I
Yeah.
will. He's a delight.
I
love him so
understand.
much. Right?
As a Terry's behind
Right?
the fans. Yeah, I get it.
I know. Jingu. All right. And then the other one that will also premiere, it's premiered this week, right?
Oh,
Fiery Priest.
Fiery Priest.
I was
I
was really bummed to miss this one. So fill me in.
Kim
Oh,
Nam-gil.
so good.
I know.
I tweeted this out last night. Have you ever seen another human being who enjoys working as much as he does?
He's having so
He's
much
so
fun.
much fun.
The slow-mo shots with his priest vestments
with his-
just like glowing and
yeah,
his
walking.
lunches
Oh,
flying.
it's
Oh my God.
so
It's so good.
Whoa.
It's like Lawless Lawyer. It's just a subgenre of whatever I don't know what you call this, but it's
priest who breaks all the
hysterical.
rules.
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's a lot of cartoon violence,
you-
where it's kind of I don't know, I call it the Jang Hyuk model, but it must be a K-drama
I
thing.
know what
where-
you mean.
where they're basically, he's walking down the line and like taking out the
Yeah.
18 guys who are coming at him, but it's so
Nice.
funny.
Nice.
He's
But did
relishing every
He's
moment.
relishing every moment of that. Did you?
Yes.
But this was the thing that I found a little bit jarring.
What?
And I enjoyed it, but I was kind of like, oh, this is not a comedy. Like,
It's funny, but it's not a
funny,
comedy.
But it's like
Right.
the reason we get
I
his
wasn't expecting
we
it
get
to be
his
a comedy.
it's listed at Kocowa as a comedy. Like I looked under
Really?
action, I looked under like
Oh.
thriller, I looked under everything. It was under comedy, and I'm like, hey, his
Dark comedy?
his dark, super
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
His trauma, I appreciate they revealed it in the first 2 episodes.
Oh my
But
gosh.
basically, he killed a warehouse full of children.
Yes.
While in the army.
In the army,
Oh.
his superior
Was it under
told
orders?
Yes, under orders.
Oh, holy cow.
Yes.
Yeah, warehouse full.
Yes.
Not just one accidentally. No. Threw a grenade into
Yeah.
a warehouse. And it was like the most dramatic shooting of the scene.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
like he throws the grenade into the room and one poor little urchin comes out and picks it up. And as she holds it out to give it back to him, like it's a ball, all these other little urchin heads pop up from behind all of the boxes, and he's like, no! It was horrifying.
I think I'm traumatized.
It was, right? It was awful.
Wow, that'll leave a mark.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
It does, yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yes.
So I was a little,
So he became a priest.
we haven't quite gotten to that story
Yeah,
yet.
and he hasn't,
Okay,
he's
all right.
obviously still working through his
Yeah.
inner demons. And so like Lawless Lawyer, there's the corrupt city
Of course.
elders council.
Are they not the most corrupt you've ever seen,
I
ever?
know, but who else is in it?
Who else is in it?
Kevin Lee from Misty.
Sorry, Marco, I just blew out
I
his ears.
think Karen is now watching.
Okay.
Karen's official.
As if
I
Kim
think
Nam
Kim
Gil
wasn't
wasn't
enough.
Oh,
Karen will be hitting play as soon as we hit stop
sorry,
on this.
Marco.
Oh my God.
He's temporarily
Marco
tough
is
now.
Yes.
Marco is rolling
Okay.
it. At least it wasn't me this time. It's Karen. It's
Karen's
always
in.
me causing big
Karen's all in.
problems.
Oh,
And Honey Lee, who
Honey
is
Lee.
gorgeous and
Yes.
funny.
Funny.
And,
oh, she's fine.
She's a lot of
I
fun.
want to be her when I
She's
grow up.
fantastic. And I mean,
Life goals.
I just appreciate that right out of the gate. They're like, this is not going to be your typical priest situation because she's like, he's hot.
Yes.
Why are you so good looking?
No, and then she's like, I'll let this pass because he's astonishingly
He's
good
astonishing.
looking.
Can I share something that my sister used to say? So I grew up Roman Catholic, and my sister used to say about very handsome, engaging priests. She used to call them Father What a Waste.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely he falls in that category.
Okay.
Yes.
And I
Alright.
foresee him maybe taking the frock off at some
I
point.
think so.
Because they're kind of setting that up.
They did in the
A lot,
previews
yeah.
for next episode, so yeah. But
So,
I don't want to discourage anyone's life choices, but
So I mean, I'm
Nam
enjoying
Gil.
it. And I'm not going to lie to you. If it wasn't Kim Nam Gil, I'm not sure I would
somebody
have
else could
stuck
pull
it
it.
out.
Yeah.
Really?
He's so charismatic.
Yes,
He's
so
very-
compelling. Yeah.
He's so
Yes.
riveting to watch. Like
Yes.
he's literally just an actor you can just be like, what is going on?
Riveting. That's
Like,
the
there's just
perfect word
so
for
many-
him.
It's so good.
So good. Love it.
So
Love it.
yeah. So I'm not like, yes. I'm
Well,
like, yeah.
First two episodes, we know how things go.
Oh yes. We've all been down this road.
Oh my
before.
gosh. There were a crazy number of premieres this
So
week.
many. But I think we got through them all, guys.
Is that everything?
I think that's all of them.
Is that
Did we
our
miss
list?
anything?
Hatch.
Oh, sorry, Hatch.
oh, what day is
I
that
watched
on?
15 minutes and that was it.
Okay.
It was just political. It was
a
all
historical, right?
Yes, it was all exposition. This faction, that faction, this faction. I was just like, all right, done.
All right.
Oh, so just didn't.
Yeah.
Not interesting.
Yeah.
With so many other options, you really just you
Exactly.
have to be
Well,
discerning.
Yeah.
Discerning.
When it's a
discerning,
competitive
discerning.
field, discerning.
And that's
Discerning.
why we're here. We're here to help you
Yes.
filter through those.
Yes.
Excellent.
All
Whew.
right.
All right, we're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa. There's so much to talk about, isn't
much,
there?
right?
You can continue the conversation with us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
And again, subscribe to us here on YouTube. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Come join our K-drama copy klatch. See you next time.
Bye.